Welcome to FMS-B Alumni Connect, the newest destination for insightful conversation, captivating stories, and thought-provoking discussion. I am Aditya Dholakia.
And I am Dharmi Manyar. We are the students of Faculty of Management Studies and also the member of Alumni Relation Committee at Management Students Forum. We are pleased to start our new podcast, FMS-B Alumni VIRASAT. In today's session, our esteemed alumni is Mr. Pantul Kothari, sir, who is the founder of Management Students Forum and also the co-founder at Tiger Advertising. So now I would like to request Mr. Aditya Patel, the senior representative of Alumni Relation Committee, to felicitate Mr. Pantul Kothari, sir.
So, my first question: what are you feeling after coming to the campus? Tears in your eyes or goosebumps?
So, physically, this was never our campus. Physically, our campus was this is we have fifth batch. We used to operate from the commerce faculty, the unit, but that's just physical. Emotionally, of course, faculty of management is being home. It's always a great feeling to come back to your own college, your alma mater, of course.
So, let us start with the educational life, sir. So, now I would like you to introduce yourself to our audience.
Okay, well, I've done a lot of flip flop on my education side. I was not all never very academic. So I did my 12th science. Then because that time it was either engineering or medicine, etc. Going back to what 98, 82 or 84. Then I shifted to BA economics. Then I did my masters in management, and it was all happened as it happened. We got admission here, we took admission here. So that's about it. I was not among the rankers in any way, but for sure, was fortunate enough to get my one of the first graduate placement, etc. And a lot of life lessons learned at Faculty of Management.
Sir, tell us regarding your life before and after MBA.
I mean, before MBA, I was studying, and after MBA, I was earning money. As simple as that.
Okay.
Before MBA, I was preparing for a life for after MBA. That's about it. So the question of how's life before MBA and after MBA. See, before MBA, as I said, you guys in today's time there's a lot of something called career planning and career mapping and road ahead, etc. After time, okay, you start doing फिर देखा जाएगा आगे क्या होगा. So there's not really a plan in place. Okay, BA किया economics, so what am I करें? Okay, MBA कर सकते हैं. So, okay, let's do an MBA. And I got lucky to get admission. And so there's a bit of working towards your future is before MBA, and after MBA was building that future that you work towards. And post MBA also, when we took a job, there was nothing like I want to do in this sector or that sector. We took a job which we got. I never looked at the package I got. I looked at the sector where I thought I would get good growth and good responsibility. So possibly I took a job in Bombay, which was possibly half of what I was offered for a job in Baroda. So imagine your cost of living in Bombay is 3 to 4 times Baroda. But I was excited to work for the company. I was excited for their assignment. I said, no, this is where I'm going to go. I would hardly break even. I still remember my first salary was 2278. 2000. Out of which 1200 bucks went for your paying guest. And all the vices that were there. All had to be cut off, right? So, basically, all your partying and all that all came under control. But then the plan was very clear. Okay, first few years of your career is what you do something which can lay the next few years or next decade or two.
Sir, our next question is what's your main objective behind choosing marketing as a field?
Finance समझ ही नहीं आता था. Very simple. I was never good with numbers and finance, etc. And right from college, right from school, I was very much active in organizing things. I was into theater, I was into public speaking, etc., etc. So I thought I had a natural flair for communication and marketing. That is a very important part. And I was generally confident in my communication. I was able to convince people, etc. So I guess that's why.
What about communication skill? Like, how can one develop that?
So first is I think the basics about communication skills is cannot be learned. It has to be developed internally. Some practice I always tell people, with due respect, the challenge we face in Gujarat then and to a large extent even now Like when for the MBA entrance exams, हम यहाँ से BA करके we were thinking I was like Gujarat public speaking number 1, 2 and Baroda 1, 2. The minute we are out of Bombay, we went to Bombay, out of Gujarat, we went to Bombay, we went to Pune, we went out of there, we were smashed, we were rubbish. We were thinking of kings here, those guys are so much better. In the group discussions, GD said we were completely smashed. We were hoping कि मेरे को number कब मिलेगा बोलने का. So primarily communication definitely important, and it can happen. Yeah. So how I've been building it up is right through college. We used to always keep having small discussion sessions, debate sessions, etc., and that helps. Uh, you need to, for example, people who, yeah, so the Gujarat has a problem of language of more than confidence, the language issue of English itself, even till date. English, fortunately, unfortunately, is very important today. Today or always for business. So I used to tell friends who are slightly weak on it, pick up your economic times, pick up your magazines, go into a room and read aloud. It's not only about understanding the meanings, but the confidence to speak. So take something and read aloud up to yours. You don't have to shout. You can just read, okay, today's stock markets are going up, down, whatever. So what are the articles read? So what happens is one, what you don't understand, keep marking. So next you can check the meaning. Two, you get the confidence to speak. The practice to speak is very important. Third, by reading us business papers, etc., knowledge is also increasing. So I believe at any stage, even now, for all of you guys, it's so important to read aloud, to read relevant stuff. All of us are now reading more on the mobile than otherwise. I'm also a victim to that. But I don't know how many of you even read a newspaper. I don't. Last time you presented, I mean, I don't see many answers. But trust me, old school reading is going to help. Not that I was a great reader, but current events I used to like read like I was a voracious reader then. I'm a voracious reader now also on current events. So reading and speaking is the only way you're going to get onto your this. And any communication in business, English is important, but once you crack it up, हिंदी में बोलो गुजराती में बोलो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. खाली opening strong होनी चाहिए, and you should be able to understand. Every problem is an opportunity. A problem is an opportunity in working clothes. When we went to जब MBA में आए थे, we thought like that time MBA was huge. Now so there are dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of institutes. So we thought now, so summer placement we started applying to Asian Paints or to Corona or to big MNCs. 10 में से एक जगह से ना आता था, बाकी 9 तो जवाब भी नहीं देते. So there were two ways to look at it. One, you could do is, okay, I'll apply to smaller companies. Two is, how do I take my institute to these companies? How do I market my institute? That's where MSF was formed. So we started, okay, look, how do we, kind of, and I believe before us, 4 batches had tried to do it. That's another story, how we managed, and to a large extent, they possibly gave us the momentum. Good guys there too, a lot of them. So there was a problem, and what we learned in faculty management, we have a problem. So why don't we find a solution rather than keep cribbing about it? I still keep my team. Don't come into with me a problem. Come with a solution. Maybe good or bad, that's me to decide and to guide you. But you cannot say कि यार नहीं हो रहा है.
And what changes are you observing in current FMS?
Honestly, I have not been very well connected here. But if you ask me very bluntly, I can say MSF. I don't want FMS. I've been there for MSF. MSF, at some point, you may find this controversial, but I'm very blunt. So MSF, till the time we were there, I was there till the 4-5 years afterwards also as an alumni, very active, was completely student-run body, completely independent of the faculty. But now, every year I come, of course, faculty getting involved is a very good thing. But the whole objective was this to be an entrepreneurial platform, like running your own company. Now I feel there's a lot of faculty, I would not say interference, a lot of intervention, a lot of control. Like I've been to your functions, हमारे function में तो I rarely remember faculty even coming, not forget being, whether calling or not. Here, I think your faculty is running it. I have a lot of regards for the faculty, so it doesn't take away anything from that. But if you really want to make MSF shine, guys, run it independently, run it, fail if you want to, fail if you have to. But this whole, otherwise it's MSF is nothing but another class. You have a business policy class, you have a law class, and there's an MSF class. Run it on your own. I think it's registered under the Bombay Public Trust Act. We only got it done. So yes, if you ask me honestly, I see a dependent that faculty is far more active. And this was the finest hours of the MSFR when it was completely on its own.
So describe an instance that comes in your mind when you hear a word MBA at FMS.
Uh, MBA at FMS for me always it's MSF. Okay. When the one instance is that MBA may accept me, everybody from engineering or science or maybe commerce. So it was so difficult studying, so difficult. All these guys were much, much, much brighter. As it is, my academic was slightly garbad. On top of this, they are very bright. And to the extent that I did not even come and see my results after the interview. I said, "Apna to hone hi nahi wala." That was my lack of confidence. So yeah, that moment I would really great when somebody told me, "Nahi, nahi, tera ho gaya hai." And this faculty door was already locked. There was a grill in the old faculty. And evening somebody said, "Tera ho gaya hai." And then we went back and we sent put that long pole and put the notice board. I had to see my name. Then we were, oh, actually ho gaya hai. So that memory is there. So much of lack of, you're so confident कि अपना नहीं होने वाला है. I was so confident about it. But then yes, that was a moment. Yes, moment of truth. Yes, I got the admission.
MSF is a non-profit organization founded in 1988, which is run by students of Faculty of Management Studies. MSF organizes various events and activities to make students by industry ready.
So, sir, as you are the founder of MSF, what's your objective behind pioneering the MSF?
So one is we didn't pioneer, we found MSF, and honestly, as I said in the earlier part, when we applied for jobs and interviews outside, we found that we were not getting the kind of traction. And Baroda had no options for MBA except one or two companies transfer. They would not be employing MBAs really. Then it's what to do. So let's start connecting with the industry. So initially we thought of doing guest lectures, calling some industry speakers to come. Then one of the professors, Professor actually said, boss, why you want to do only go bigger, do bigger. And we started thinking very big, and we did the first seminar, I think, new business managers challenges and something like that. And hence the whole purpose of MSF was to A, market the faculty, B, get real hand, I said, entrepreneurial experience, right? Right from formation to finance to getting the activities going to managing it, etc. So MSF's single point was to promote the faculty, period.
Sir,
So
can you
the-
explain this picture?
The logo, oh wow.
Yes.
So, well, that's me, that's Manish, that's Sundar. He was our senior who was there, so we added a lot of names. I remember, they'll kill me for it. So, this is a whole group of people who are very active, right? To which Mihir is there, is now my business partner. Uh, there, I think, there he is. So I was the founding president. He was the general secretary. Son Ravi Ramnan, one of the most successful professor from the institute, who became very senior black students. Unfortunately, passed away very early. I think around 40. I would say my finest friend, the greatest guy. Strength. Rede was also very strong, and Janet was very active. A lot of other guys. Hiren, I think, was the treasurer. Rede, I think, was organizing secretary. Rajneesh from a junior batch was very active. A lot of people. I mean, some names. Manish, who was the president next after me, and there are a couple of my seniors also, like Dhanesh is one my batch. Winston is, I think, much senior to me. Sundar is even senior to me. So a lot of people here. It started with 4-5 of us only. Yeah, because this was that first seminar we did, National New Era, New Business Management Challenges and Responses. There are beautiful stories to this. Like, so we started कि चलो seminar करते हैं, and we didn't know whom to do. So the journey how MSF took off was okay. So we want to do a seminar, we want big speakers, and we were told बड़ा ही सोचो. So then we said okay. So there's a problem. जो Senate से pass करना पड़ेगा, syndicate से pass करना, all that झमेला happened. So we went, got some idea, got it registered under the Bombay Public Trust Act, and nobody from the faculty was on it, right? It was just 4-5 of us, I think. Then, of course, when it started taking shape, more people got involved. Mihir, of course, huh?
Currently, we are a team of more than 30 in MSF.
No, the whole fact. Then every student was part of it. Our batch was very small. We were only 19. Okay, so 19 except one or two, everybody was active, right? And so that's how it started the journey. So the problem became an opportunity. We said, "Chalo karte." Then we started going else. We used to go to Bombay. Remember, there was some hotel called Blue Diamond. 60 rupees was the room rate. Three to a room. It was like no toilets, common toilets everywhere, etc. We had no money. And every morning we used to get up, pick up that huge Bombay ka MTNL ka directory, Colgate ka MD कौन है, Corona का MD कौन है, find the numbers, call, and the student card works if you are student for FMS. And one thing we learned is networking has helped me in business also. What I have learned from business, maybe I'm getting into the business part, overlapping with it. So if you go to person net, like we went to GTC and we met Baljeet Singh. I remember some names today. Very nice gentleman. He was, I think, GM Marketing. I said, okay, I'll come. Once he said he'll come, next him said, can you help us with couple of more of your acquaintances, senior guys who can come? तो उनसे बैठ के दो तीन नाम निकलवा लिए. उधर गए, धीरे धीरे थोड़ा, सर कैन यू हेल्प अस, वी आर सेक्रेटरी टू हेल्प अस गेट अपॉइंटमेंट्स. सो वो नेटवर्क करते करते वी लैंडेड अप देयर. And there we used to go and talk as if we knew this guy. Sir, this gentleman, Mr. Singh, was a very close. We are very close to him. So this guy couldn't say no. Okay, now Mr. This Singh has sent us. So then, and then a lot of times people told us no. So when somebody told us no, so okay, sir, if you're not coming, at least can you connect us to some of your friends? So that kind of networking, that kind of fire was there. I remember from Churchgate, we had to go to Tata House or Bombay House, what it's called. And we used to have literally hardly any money. I also came from a professional's house. My father was also not a businessman. So remember, shirts used to be kept in an envelope so that it doesn't get spoiled. Wear a t-shirt, run and bahar jaake change karo. Ironing would have been an issue. And Tata's, we met one Mr. Paintsay, I think. He's the executive director or something. I don't know the name, sure. But there we learned one more thing: how to say no, and the other guy doesn't even know that you. So we used to go. यार क्या बढ़िया आदमी, क्या बड़े आदमी, बाद में बस अपने को ना बोलो नहीं आ रहा है. So that's how we built up. We started going, sending letters, falana falana. We had a lot of the existing management associations of Gujarat were all skeptical, but at that moment, I would say with no modesty, the lineup of speakers we had was better than any management seminar in Gujarat had, whether it's the Baroda management or AMA, etc. At that point, like the best we had was Mr. Prakash Tandon. He was chairman of National Council of Applied Economics, was 75 plus, and I'm told I am director at time. He was director on 22 major companies, HLL, etc. So yeah, MS has been a learning journey in that sense. So I would say what is why I've got so MSF without anything used to go. So what also helped me was my background in BA and all that. I was the faculty president, I was cultural secretary, I was university. So I knew okay, karna hai na to then don't look at the way and means. So if somebody said no, we used to get him to help us to get somebody. Somebody says yes, we wanted to multiply it further. Logo. There are 7 dots. There were 7 executive members. There's a graph. Management is about profit and loss, etc. Yeah, I know the graph. Yeah, I remember it. And this logo was made by a somebody I knew, Ishwar Beniwal, and he was a very good artist, very senior guy. And then he had untimely death, and that also helped me got into advertising. So when after MBA, I worked in Alumni, I came back to Baroda and started something. I didn't know what to do. So I was very clear I'm not going to work from home. I'm going to be independent. So I was sharing the office with this guy because I knew him because of the logo. Then I learned advertising from him, and because of that, I got into advertising. So how it has, now I realize is because of the MSF logo, I knew him. So I shared the office, and then I landed up in advertising. It's never by a plan. MSF has seen the biggest. So हम लोग इतने हवा में थे. Imagine tomorrow is your seminar. Today afternoon, and you got about 6 speakers or 7 speakers coming by flight, and today Air India goes on strike. So the kind of crisis you face, you learn crisis management. Today afternoon, absolutely Air India is going on strike. You don't know what the hell to do. Yes. Unveil CEO is coming from Bombay, Cornerstone Brands, and there are this Bombay Stock Exchange, and a lot of people are coming in. Mr. Prakash Tandon is coming from Delhi. And he is a stalwart. If you Google, he was like the Peter Drucker or a management guru of India at that time. And there's a strike. I remember me and Manish Shah, Prakash Emil, my shoulders, because I had a lot of work done, my just shoulders probably sagged. What do we do? So we went to Manish's office. Prakash Chani, I cracked up that. I said, kya karenge? And then start from scratch. We called up some people in IIM Ahmedabad. We got a speaker from there. Then we got from GB director, one Mrs. Manjula Subramaniam. She came in. Remember this is what, 30 years now. Remember the names. They came in. So we restructured that in the seminar. Cut to next day morning. when at Welcome Group my seminar, you were standing there. I mean, I have get goosebumps when I say this, and there are some very senior people tapping on your shoulder. क्या हुआ? This is your Baroda का top corporates, because they were waiting. ये लोग बच्चे लोग इतना बड़ा सेमिनार कर रहे हैं हम लोग. So they are kind of, so what happened to your seminar? That way, you know. And then suddenly another gentleman tapped on my shoulder. I said, please sit inside. MSA said, please sit. No, no, I'm Prakash Tandon. He had, look at this guy's commitment. He was old, such senior guy. The strike was there. She sat on the airport all night, found one flight which is going to Ahmedabad. He came to Ahmedabad. Since he was so well known, he found one I am Ahmedabad alumni or student of his on the flight or somewhere who took him home and sent a car to come here. And that was the first. And so I said, I'm so sorry. Well, give me 15. I said, I'm sorry, sir. We are completely at a wit's end. Now look at the advantage. He was to come for one session. There was no flight to go back. He was there practically. He says, don't worry. Whichever session you have. I mean, you know, that. So somewhere, never worry. So this is what MSF taught us. कि boss लोचा होगा तो कुछ अच्छा होगा. I mean, don't give up. Don't give up. So Mr. Tandon was there for across, and people were zapped. They get to hear listen to Mr. Tandon. He was huge that time. So that happened. Next seminar, we were all confident. वो कॉलेज में सामान पड़ा हुआ है यार, रात को ले लेंगे, सुबह ले लेंगे. एंड रात को देयर वाज अ स्टैबिंग केस इन द फैकल्टी एंड द यूनिवर्सिटी वाज लॉक्ड. But again we managed to do that. So this is what I'm going to tell you. Okay, these are the things, and think big and don't think. One more thing about MSF is how we handed over. The first seminar we did, second seminar. So if you're a senior batch here, you have to hand over to your second batch, not after you leave, while you are there, which is called succession planning. Yes. Manish was not the president. I don't. He may or may not be the committee. Manish Shah. I saw he's a great guy who has good leadership capabilities. So second seminar में we opened the seminar and completely handed over to them. So my point is कि हम लोग को we knew the next batch has to take over and this stays alive. Now handing over that, after their batch came Rajesh Vora and all these guys. So next year they added the Finvest, the financial investment thing. Third batch took the events to Bombay, to Taj and Shirok, because no, my jobs are in Bombay. Why should I promote it? So every batch, for first 5-6 batches, took it ahead.
So, next part is about corporate life. So, I would like to introduce Tiger Advertising. Tiger Advertising is an advertising company that satisfies the core needs of their clients related to advertising and branding using hub and spoke approach. It is a company that was built 30 years ago, and it is a leading advertising brand serving for more than 20 big clients from FMCG as well as government. So that's all about Tiger Advertising.
So first thing about Tiger is we are two partners and both are from this faculty, me and Mihir Shah. Mihir was 1 year junior. He was a very strong partner in founding the forum. That's how the bonding became. So there's another major part. He, his wife, Janet, who's also there in that picture, and three of us were there together, other than Manish and other guys. Tiger is not that what I started my career with. After my MBA, I worked in Arvind Mills, which again came as see, as I said, when Mr. Meet Chandani was a CEO of Arvind Cornerstone Brands, John Denim, he was a speaker. Then he saw all the organizations. He asked us to come with the interview. So I asked all my friends, "Can anybody interested?" So I went to Bombay. At that time, a lot of not people from Baroda wanted to go to Bombay because the cost of living was very high compared to the salary. I said, I don't want to stay here. So I went to him. So my job came in through Arvind, and I would say MSF was the platform to reach Arvind until I was the only guy who was a non-IRMA, non-IM guy there, right? So this is the whole objective of MSF. So that's how I got a job there, worked for 1 year. And after that, I started work with somebody here in Baroda, and make it very short. And for some reason, things didn't work so well. So I was sharing my office with somebody. So I started as a consultant. I started my own trading, and I really was actually a street hawker, selling stuff from my scooter, stuff to hostels, MSU, what a time it was, not just get stuff from Fashion Street, etc. I said, until I find what to do, I'll keep on doing something to keep my bread and butter going. I bought some stuff from Dharavi and sold stuff like that. Then, as I said, the guy who designed the logo, I was sharing my office with him. Then I started writing for him because theatre and public speaking was my forte, so I could do a bit of it. And then I started my own agency called, I used to do corporate gifts and advertising. So I found an agency called Integra. 2008 is when Mihir also had his agency, which merged our agencies. And their merger was Tiger. So I'm in advertising for 32 years, Tiger maybe 15 years. And that merger really took us to a different level, not in terms of scale, but in terms of total. We complemented either skill sets. He was good at one thing, I was good at something else. This current Vibrant Gujarat Business Summit, you would have seen that. So if you have been at Ahmedabad, at Ahmedabad airport around, every hoarding, every newspaper ad, all the branding was done with us. Most of the television commercials were done by us. Lots of AVs were done by us. So we've got a complete bandwidth, and though we don't have large number of clients, we work for a limited number of clients, wherein we can deliver complete solutions. And as I said, ownership, where me or my partner can own the work, we're completely hands-on. Uh, it has a plus and minus. The minus is that you can't scale up considerably higher, but that is not our interest. Our thing is we need to own it, and our client retention is very high. Since I'm directly involved, I would have client for 20 years, 10 years. My team retention is me and my team retention is very high. We have team for our creative director for 15, 20 years, a marketing head for 10 years, etc. In our industry, there's a huge churn of clients and people, but that's not been such a big challenge for us because we've been growing considerably. People are good and things work well.
So, sir, what challenges do freshers face when entering the corporate life?
I don't know. I just don't like the word challenge. There's no challenges. They're all opportunities. Yes. As I told you, when I went from a Baroda MBA to a company which had only big these things, so there's always challenges. Can't put on record, but they're massive challenges. But how you prove yourself, how you do better, and challenge to hai nahi. Biggest challenge we are facing as employers, which possibly from is ke it's today India is booming like no man's business. तो मैं कौन है काम जितना काम चाहिए उतना है but लोग नहीं है. अब लोग हैं but the kind of quality of people we get are not there. One. Second is most freshers after 1 year they get a big jump and they change their job. So your first year people don't stay in one company, and then I see resumes for mid level. The guy changed job. If he doesn't have stability, we don't even call them for interviews. So if you keep on jumping jobs, you'll get jumps in salaries, but at some point you'll hit a roof, hit the ceiling. Okay, एक jump, दो jump, तीन jump. So my resume is if somebody comes to me with first job 1 year, second job 2 years, third job 1 year, it's out. And now majority of the people are getting like that. So I don't mind if I don't grow, but I don't want instability in my organization. Fortunately, you get good talent when you're patient. So you guys must, if you say challenges, you must plan and be open to it. This business of work-life balance, follow Narayan Murthy. Knock it off. It's a big fashion statement. You want to go to the best multiplexes, eat $250 cup popcorn, everything, but don't want to work after 6. Doesn't happen.
How do you balance your work-life balance?
Enjoy life. You ask me, every 2 months I disappear for 4, 5 days with my wife. So I party hard, I work hard. It's been there in FMS and now.
Sir, what skill do you look for a fresher while you hire them in your company?
A very, very general question. When you say fresher, ideally a fresher should come with a mind to learn and be curious. Curious, ask the right questions and make mistakes, but not take decisions is not okay. Unless kind of, if you don't do anything, you can't go wrong. Bottom line. So बंदे में जान होना चाहिए तो हो जाता है. Now I don't know how to package it in the right words, but yes, बंदे में जान होना चाहिए basically.
So, sir, it's been about 30 years since you found the company. So, what's the company's future plan?
The best part is I never have, me and Mihir, my friend, he's taught me one thing. We don't work on targets. एक चीज सीखा है, काम करते जाओ ना, काम आता जाएगा. That's about it. Like when we started Ahmedabad office, then last year we expanded to 3 times. अभी हो गया बहुत extra layer. It's not even a year now. We're taking one more office next to it. Keep working hard, work will happen. Yes, there are a lot of people say you must work with targets. Everybody has a different philosophy. Our philosophy is keep working, work will come. And for us, it has worked.
Sir, if you had to do it all over again, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Or why should I give any? I would have still followed what came. As I said, never planned to get into advertising. I never planned to do government work. So initially doing only corporate. Then we've got a lot of public sector work. Now we're doing government work. follow the opportunities that come. I'm love with my work, but I'm not love कि मुझे FMCG में किंग बनना है या सरकार में किंग बनना है. जो अपॉर्चुनिटी मिले, do it very well.
So, what's the common myth about your job or industry?
Advertising. See, advertising, the biggest myth is people think advertising is a lot of glamour. No, there's hardly any glamour. There's very sweat. You imagine a 30-second ad film. We did a film with somebody on the, like, for example, we did with Kareena Kapoor, I think, a few months back. We do another with somebody. A 30-second film can have 10 to 12 hours of shoot. 10 to 12 hours you can shoot for a 30-second film, 45 seconds, and you don't realize the day is gone. Because इतना छोटा छोटा चीज होता है कि उनका शू करता है the kind of set equipment. So the myth is you're shooting a film with oh બહુ મજા તમે કરીના સાથે શૂટ કરીને આવ્યા કે બમન ભાઈ સાથે કે એના સાથે એવું કશું નથી એ તમને ઓળખે ને તમે આમ સેલ્ફી પાડી લો પછી તમે પાછું નહીં જોયું. It's like I'm being very honest. There's a lot of glamour on advertising. It's a lot of sweat. It's a lot of thinking, and I believe advertising guys must be having the longest working hours. Our average office time starts at 10, 7:38 is normal, and we did the BJP's major creatives of the 2019 election campaign sitting out of Baroda. Out of 7 phases, 6 phases, if you come to my cabin, it's still pasted, or it's on the website also, 6 phases, hoardings and ads, in association with a friend of ours, we did all of that. Office used to work from 7 in the morning till 4 in the morning. We divided the team into 2 parts. So there's nothing like hours. And if you go through any agency, there's nothing like working hours.
For marketing, when we talk about marketing, the first thing that comes in mind is 4 P's of marketing. So, which P is your favorite and why?
Payment.
That's out of the box.
Primarily, a stool has 4 legs. So you need all of them. It's nothing like this P works better. And again, nothing, there's no one fixed solution for everything. When you, for just take automotive segment, cars. For an economy section, आप सोचोगे what's the average, maintenance क्या है. When you go to the rich section, you look at brand aura, Mercedes or BMW, that guy is not looking at average, etc. So your P's vary from segment to segment, customer to customer. There's nothing like one size fits all.
How do you maintain healthy work culture in your office?
No nonsense allowed, no back talk, no politics. The biggest challenge in organization to go is politics, and politics is not wrong. Politics is part of a system. It starts at home also. But one thing is very clear: transparency, very clear. And we have a flat organization. There's no president and vice president, GM. Though we are a small organization, 60 odd, but still there's a very flat organization. Work is the boss. If you come and say कि सर जे पेलो છે ને મારા સાથે આવું કરે છે, તું એના સામે બોલીશ નહીં. Don't quote me is not allowed. You can speak in front of me, come to me. If you can't, then get out.
What are the future trends or challenges in advertising domain?
See, the traditional advertising obviously declining. It's not dying. Traditional is your print and outdoor. I don't know how many people here read a newspaper, right? So that's the traditional advertising. It's a very sharply declining media. Digital is obviously, and how digital is also changed drastically is first it was computers, then it was tablets, now it's on mobile. Major internet of information consumed on the mobile now. So in terms of communication, yes, the medium vehicles of communication are drastically changing. We call it media vehicle, but the core doesn't change. The ideation, the thinking of the strategy to reach my audience, the core ideas, the brand communication position, that doesn't change. So as long as you stick to it, you're safe.
So now it's time for rapid fire. So, sir, be ready for the rapid fire.
Another.
Yes.
Our first question is: if you had not opted for marketing, which specialization would you choose?
I would have done nothing but marketing.
MS Dhoni captain versus Virat Kohli captain.
Of course, boss.
Yes.
If you get chance to go on lunch with one celebrity, who would it be?
Baman Irani.
Okay. Describe your personality in one word.
What do you call it? Happy-go-lucky, I guess.
Currently, what is on your priority list? Read them in the order: money, fame, health, mental peace.
Mental peace.
So read them. One by one.
If for mental peace you need a healthy life and money. So mental peace, it covers everything.
How would you like to be remembered by the world?
Good guy. Yeah, what do you call it? Caring.
Okay. What is your favorite food?
Yeah, pav bhaji.
What is common misconception about you?
Well, I'm very confident. Sorry, conception is that I'm stress free.
So, what is your favorite traveling place?
Beach. My favorite travel place is Ranakpur near Udaipur.
What is your all-time favorite quote that you want to share with us?
Favorite code? Joishu.
Which classes were the most difficult during your MBA days?
Finance.
What is the best piece of advice you have ever received?
What's not in your control? Why bother about it?
And define alumni committee in one word.
Enthusiastic.
Apart from this, would you like to share any insight with us?
Let's make this again glorious. Simple. Let's go back to the old days. I mean, I still have hopes and stop thinking small. नहीं होता है कोई मतलब ही नहीं है ठीक है
So, thank you for joining us on this journey through the corridors of our MBA alma mater. And thank you for your valuable time and for being our first
Yes.
guest on this podcast, FMS-B Alumni VIRASAT. Thank you.